Welcome, everyone. Today we will be practicing a short and sweet yin sequence. So I'd like you to grab at least 2 or 3 pillows, a healthy stack. Today we're going to be doing a lot of forward folding. And for forward folding, one of the main re-patterns of expectation that we often encounter is that it's not necessary to bring the forehead or the chest anywhere near the feet, anywhere near the thighs, anywhere near the ground. Forward folds are really always quite interesting to observe as a teacher. That is the physical expression that I notice the most amount of effort, the most amount of striving. And it's such a beautiful thing in yin when we can take forward folds, which are very soothing in nature, and allow them to happen not through effort, but instead by being very supported, by being passive. And so a healthy stack of pillows is helpful to make that happen. So with that, let's jump right into the practice. We'll make our way into a child's pose. Knees wide enough so that the torso rests heavy between the inner thighs, tadpole pose in yin. You could bring a pillow underneath the forehead, or your forehead might be softening down towards the floor. I won't speak as much today within class. And I'm choosing to do so intentionally, because yin is a beautiful opportunity to move within, to focus on your inner guidance, your inner wisdom. So allow your connection to the breath to support the practice. So you could choose to stay exactly as you are, or we'll begin to walk our fingertips over to the right. So slowly begin to walk your palms over to the right, any amount, so you begin to feel an opening in the left side body. Your forehead can again relax down towards the floor. Your left hand might stack on top of the right. Yin is about awakening to what is subtle. So see how much you can notice about every breath cycle. Follow your next exhale all the way out. And then gently walk your palms forward, finding a neutral spine. Just taking a moment to pause and feel. And then when you're ready, begin to walk your hands up and over to the left. You can stack your right hand on top of the left. Again, it's not about striving. It's about finding that first intelligent edge. And then giving yourself permission to soften within whatever is here. Follow your next exhale all the way out. And then gently walk your hands forward to the top of the space once again. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out the mouth. Gently, you can transition to a tabletop position, shifting your shoulders above the wrists, the hips above the knees. And first, we'll simply extend the right leg back. So you can keep the ball of the right foot on the ground, but drive your right heel back so you begin to feel a stretch behind the right leg, behind the calf. And slowly soften that right leg down to the ground. Do the same thing on the left. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Drive that left heel back in space. Stay with the breath. And gently release your left foot down to the ground. Walk your palms one hand distance forward. Curl your toes behind you. And glide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Just take a moment to pedal through the heels. You could sway the hips from side to side. And then gently walk your feet forward towards your hands. Eventually coming down into a seat. We'll come into caterpillar pose. For caterpillar pose, super helpful to elevate the hips so that the hips are higher than the knees. Your legs, you can give them a little shake. They're holding no tension in the back of the legs. No muscular energy here. Remember the name of the game, it's passivity and awareness. So you begin to let the upper body drape forward until you meet resistance. And then you support that resistance with pillows. So you could bring a pillow underneath the forehead. You can have a healthy stack on top of the legs. You could even have pillows behind the knees. So it might take a little bit of Tetrising. But eventually, find yourself in a position that you can stay in sustainably. And then allow the connection to your breath. Guide. If I had to pick one thing about the practice that I find so beautiful, it's that it doesn't create anything new. Instead, it invites you to notice, to acknowledge, to celebrate, to take ownership of the abundance that you already have within. The body knows. We're here to listen. We're here for about a minute longer. If you haven't found stillness yet, what support would that take? Shift your focus to all the portions of the body that are touching the ground. And then from that foundation, vertebra by vertebra, lift the torso, rise all the way up. And then you can use the help of your hands. Gently find your way to a comfortable cross-legged position. Feel free to stay on pillows. Really, you can be positioned in any comfortable seat. Most important is that our spine is long. The low body won't be our focus. We focus on the neck. Interlace your hands behind the back, and then bring your interlaced hands towards your outer right hip as you lower your right ear, your right cheek towards the right shoulder. And you can rock the head a little bit forward and back. Slowly bring the chin towards the chest. By way of the low back, you can bring your left ear, your left cheek towards the left shoulder. Same goes. You could kind of rock your head forward and back. Find the sensation that you need to create space within your body, your being right now. Slowly circle the chin towards your chest. By way of the low back, you can release your hands. Remove any pillows that are out from under you. And then make your way onto your back. A mini Shavasana. Opening the legs wide, opening the arms wide, taking up space. Feeling whatever the practice has revealed. Gently hug your knees inwards toward your chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze. We'll begin to shift our hips 1 or 2 inches to the left. Open the arms wide, arms out to a T. And then slowly lower the knees to the right, spinal twist. You can keep the neck neutral. You could be looking over either shoulder. And you could be supporting your knees with a pillow. It can either be underneath them or between them. Find a shape that you can stay within. And then connect to the breath. When the mind wanders, how quickly can you return back to the breath, back to the body? Last few full rounds of breath. Next inhalation, bring the knees back inwards towards the chest, moving as slowly as you need to. We'll create the same shape on the opposite side. Open the arms wide. Shift your hips 1 or 2 inches to the right. Keep the knees in close to the chest. And lower the knees to the left, spinal twist. Support the shape in any way you need to, so that for the next 2 minutes, you can focus most on your breath, on the inner experience. Just a few more slow cycles of breath. Next inhalation, slowly bring the knees back inwards towards your midline. Feel free to give yourself one last squeeze, just swaying a little bit from side to side, before eventually making your way to your final Shavasana. Feel free to elevate your knees with pillows if you like. Take up space before we settle in completely. I'm going to talk you through a body scan from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head. And as I talk you through, your job is to bring your awareness entirely into the portion of the body I name and consciously give it permission to relax. Let's take one big clearing breath before we do so. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, big sigh, let it out the mouth. You no longer consciously have to pay attention to the breath. Relax the toes, one by one. Bring your awareness to the soles of the feet. The tops of the feet, the ankles, the heels. Moving your awareness to your shin. The calf. Your kneecaps. Relaxing your thighs, your quadriceps, the fronts of the hips. Relaxing your low back, your mid-back, the belly. Relaxing through the upper chest and the shoulders. Relaxing the fronts of the shoulders, your biceps, the elbows, the forearms, and the fingertips. Relaxing the muscles of the face, the jaw, relaxing even through the crown of the head. Repeat after me internally. My entire body is completely relaxed. My entire body is completely relaxed. My entire body is completely relaxed. It's here that I will leave you. My hope is that you stay as long as you can. Thank you for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you again.